Imagine millions of families relying on a lifeline to put food on the table, only to have that lifeline yanked away due to a political standoff. That's the heart-wrenching reality unfolding in the U.S. right now, where the Supreme Court has just greenlit a temporary freeze on billions in food assistance funding. But here's where it gets controversial. Is this a pragmatic budget move or a calculated power play that puts vulnerable Americans at risk? Let's dive into the details and unpack what's happening, step by step, so everyone can follow along without feeling overwhelmed. The nation's top court stepped in with an urgent directive, permitting the Trump administration to pause the distribution of massive sums earmarked for the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, better known as SNAP, or food stamps, as it's commonly called. This program is a crucial safety net that helps low-income individuals stretch their dollars at grocery stores nationwide. With the government shutdown dragging on, the administration argued they simply couldn't cover the full costs, leading to a series of courtroom battles. It all started when a federal court in Rhode Island, presided over by Judge John McConnell, demanded that benefits be paid out in full by this past Friday. The judge didn't mince words, accusing the administration of holding back aid for political gain and warning that without it, as many as 16 million children could face immediate hunger risks. For context, SNAP isn't just a handout. It's a program that provides electronic benefits loaded onto debit-like cards, allowing recipients to buy groceries at supermarkets. On average, that means about $6 worth of assistance per day, which adds up to real meals on the table for millions. And this is the part most people miss. The shutdown, which kicked off on October 1st, has already earned the dubious title of the longest in U.S. history. Federal workers have gone unpaid for over a month. Airports are in disarray from staffing shortages, and Democrats and Republicans are locked in a fiscal gridlock that shows no easy resolution. In response, the U.S. Department of Agriculture, USDA, which manages SNAP, initially announced that benefits would be cut off entirely starting in November because of the funding void. But the legal drama escalated quickly. Before the Supreme Court intervened, another ruling had instructed the administration to tap into emergency reserves to at least partially fund the program for November. The USDA scrambled to follow these conflicting orders, working to restore full payments where possible. Then, late Friday, Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson issued an administrative stay, a temporary hold, that paused the lower court's decision, buying time for an appeals court to take a deeper look. This effectively allows the administration to withhold about $4 billion, roughly £3.04 billion for now, pending further hearings. To put the scale into perspective, SNAP supports around 42 million Americans. That's about 1 in 8 people in the country, and the program runs on nearly $9 billion, £6.9 billion monthly. It's not just numbers. It's families, seniors, and kids whose daily routines depend on this assistance. Some states, drawing from their own budgets, have stepped up to bridge the gap, ensuring payments keep flowing through those pre-loaded cards. Imagine not having that support during the holidays or any tough month. It's a reminder of how vital federal funding is. However, not every state can afford to fill the void left by Washington's freeze, leaving some recipients in a precarious spot. As senators huddle in Washington over the weekend, they're racing against the clock to negotiate an end to the shutdown. This food aid dispute has emerged as one of the fiercest flashpoints in the standoff, highlighting deeper divides on government spending and priorities. Is the administration's stance a necessary fiscal safeguard, or does it unfairly weaponize hunger as a bargaining chip? And should courts have the power to override executive decisions on funding allocation, potentially setting precedents for future disputes? What do you think? Does this temporary halt cross a line into injustice, or is it a tough but essential choice in a budget crunch? Share your views in the comments. Do you agree with the judge's accusations, or see it differently? Let's keep the conversation going. Your perspectives could spark real debate on balancing priorities in a divided nation.